Hello gamers and welcome back to another Heroes of the Storm guide, and this one will be for one of the most iconic Warcraft characters out there and one of my favorite assassins. It's of course Falstad. Now, in this guide we will break down his abilities and I will explain to you why I think that the build I am using is one of the most effective out there. And even though it's pretty straightforward, it's very effective because it maximizes the mobility of this character while retaining the maximum quantities of burst damage as possible. Now, without further ado, please remember to throw a like if you end up enjoying this video. These guides are quite time consuming, and also remember to subscribe for more guides and Heroes of the Storm videos.
You know, you and me could be out there cracking skulls right now.
Right, so let's go right into it. Alright, so Falstad is a ranged assassin, and he starts off with his passive with Tailwind. What Tailwind does is that after not taking damage for 6 seconds, it allows you to move 20% faster. Another particular thing with Falstad is that since he mounts a Griffon, he doesn't have a normal mount. Instead, he has a skill which is called Flight. Flight is an activated ability that allows you to fly over terrain on a specific point on the map, which makes it extremely useful for when you need to get to those objectives of the map quickly, and also when you need to move in and assist your team in team fights, so you can use your damaging ability to provide some pain and suffering to the enemy teams. Now, flights will nearly always be upgraded at level 7 with the flyaway talent that reduces the cooldown of the flight ability by 15 seconds. Now, arguably you could say that the boomerang talent is also useful for that increased damage on the Q, but if you don't want the flight enhancement, what I would suggest is to take the battle momentum talent, since it will refresh your cooldowns faster and you will do even more damage. That if you find that the cooldown of the flight is sufficient as it is and you don't need it to be lessened. But personally I like zipping through the map fast all the time, and since Falstad is one of the most mobile heroes in the game, I must prefer to enhance that ability and fly the objectives as often as I can and assist my team also as often as I can. So in this particular case it's mostly up to you. Falstad's Q is called Hammerang. Falstad throws his hammer that deals damage to everything that it hits, both when it lands and when it returns back to Falstad, and also slows the enemy that it hits by 25%. Now, for our build to work even better, at level 4 we need to take the upgrade of the skill, which is called Wild Hammer, which actually increases the damage that it does to the first target that it hits by 150%. And the reason why we chose that one instead of the other skills at level 4 is because arguably there are not so many exciting choices, either as far as performance is concerned and also as actual effectiveness. Although your personal preference may vary, fact is that it's for our build, since we are based and we need a lot of burst damage, having that extra little bit of damage on the Q is extremely useful, either when you need to hunt a person down, so you need that last hit in order to finish them off, or just generally to increase your DPS. Falstad's bread and butter ability and main damaging ability also, it's called Thunderstorm NZW. What it does is that it has a passive and an active aspect of it. The passive part of this ability does every 8 seconds it randomly hits a nearby enemy for a certain amount of damage. Now the active aspect of this ability is that it hits up to 4 nearby enemies for a certain amount of damage. And also, if you hit only one enemy, every consecutive hit that you do, the damage is reduced by 25%. At level 13 comes the most important talent choice for Falstad. You have to choose between Lightning Storm and Rewind. I used to take Lightning Storm just to increase the number of targets that the passive could hit, but at the end Rewind is a clear winner, just because it allows you to use your basic abilities twice in a row. So, what it means is that you can use your entire rotation and then activate Rewind and use it once more. So, using 2 times the W, the Lightning Storm, is incredible just because it allows you to deal incredible amount of AoE damage, or single target damage of course. You can use your hammer 2 times in a row, And of course, it means that you can use your barrel roll twice, which means that you can use your E to charge into battle and also have it again to escape from it. So, talking about the E, as we said, it's called barrel roll, and what it does is that it charges towards a specific location while at the same time giving Falstad a shield. Also remember that you can pass through walls, so it has practical uses too. You can use it to engage the enemies, or you can use it to guide them around. Alright, so barrel rolls can be upgraded at level 1 with the updraft talent, which increases the range of barrel roll by 20%, and later on at level 16 with the afterburner talent, which grants you 75% extra movement speed for 3 seconds after using barrel roll. The reason why I believe it's so important to get those two talents for Falstad is because, as you can imagine, barrel roll is the only escape mechanism that he has. So, as you can see in this little clip right here, barrel roll is the only reason why I am managing to escape Tyrell at this particular case. And of course, in conjunction with his passive, his skills and his talents work amazingly well. Alright, here we are then. At level 10 we have two heroic abilities. We have Shock and Awe and Aerial Blitzcrank. Now, between those two, I think for me the choice is pretty apparent. Maybe Aerial Blitzcrank is more team-oriented, but unfortunately the level 20 upgrade is a little bit underwhelming. On the other hand, Shock and Awe has an amazing level 20 upgrade. It doubles the range and increases even more the damage. So, as a whole, it has amazing damage, amazing range, and you can use it defensively and offensively too. Defensively to cause max damage and crush the morale of your enemies, and offensively to snipe enemies from 1,000 miles away. Alright guys, so with this one we have reached the end of our guide. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you found it maybe informative or at least entertaining. And yeah guys, remember to throw a like if you did, and subscribe for more HotS videos. Also I will put the entire build on Heroes Fires in case you want to check it out. And as always guys, I will see you next time. Goodbye guys.